Welcome, friends. This is Under the Arch Sports. I'm Eric, and today we're going to recap Mizzou's win on Saturday over SEMO. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, find us on Facebook and on Instagram. So Mizzou got a win over SEMO. 59-28 was the final score. It was a glorified scrimmage, and that's how it played out. The starters dominated. It was 38-0 at halftime. So they removed all doubt right from the get-go. And that is one of the biggest things in preventing the ridiculous upset is remove all doubt. So that was good to see. Got a lot of young guys, some experience. That's helpful. I do want to point out a couple things with the SEC Network alternate broadcast. One, Dave Steckel. First ever game in the booth, former Mizzou defensive coordinator. I thought it was going to be brutal. It was the exact opposite. He was great. He was insightful. He offered analysis. He predicted plays a couple times. That was kind of fun. There were some other things that reminded you, oh yeah, this is, the JV broadcasting crew. Brady Cook, they kept saying it was his first ever experience and first ever this and that. Incorrect. He had a touchdown pass against Vandy last season. I mean, come on, you do your homework. Deuce, you're welcome for me defending your boy. So that was a little annoying. And sideline reporter, Smacker Miles, best name in the history of sideline reporting. I thought her questions seemed kind of random. I thought there was some things we could have learned if we had different questions. But that's neither here nor there. That's just random thoughts that I had about that. Taking a look at the offense. Connor Bazelak, for the most part, sharp. Started off amazing. At the end of the first quarter, you're wondering if he's going to throw an incomplete pass all day. In the second quarter, towards the end, he got a little, he missed a bunch of passes in a row, and they were open guys. Steckel on the broadcast said it looked like he lost focus. If that's going to happen, this is the game. Playing an FCS team where the first 3 drives were just automatic. All right, I'll give you that. But let's just keep an eye on it and make sure that's not a trend. Looking at Tyler Beatty, he was dynamic. He did Tyler Beatty things. 9 carries, 81 yards, 45-yard run early. That was good. Neither one of them played in the second half. That's excellent. That is, one, getting them out of harm's way. And secondly, you're getting young guys looks. Brady Cook and Tyler Macon both got some playing time. That was great to see. And they both look good. So that's encouraging. Tyler Macon's first ever pass, 65-yard touchdown. That's a way to start. So good to see them looking good. Running back, we got to see a little more of Elijah Young. Got to see B.J. Harris. Looks like he might be the third running back. And wide receivers all over the place. We got to see extended action for Mookie Cooper and Dominic Lovett. It was interesting. Another aspect of Steckel being excellent on the broadcast, they ran, I want to say it was like a jet sweep. It was a run to the outside for Lovett to the right side, and then like 2 plays later, it was Cooper to the left. Steckel pointing out that could be Drink trying to find out who's better on that play, which is very interesting and may well be right. So I was glad to see both of them getting looks for exactly that kind of reason. Figure out where they can be used most effectively. Also running back Michael Cox got himself a 55-yard touchdown run. That was fun. The offense was, aside from Bazelak's kind of hiccup of missing some throws, pretty much ideal a day. That's really all there is to it. Defensively, the starters, it was ideal. SEMO's offense was not competitive. when the starting defense was out there. That's good. That said, once young guys, backups, started getting playing time, boy, instead of a step back, it was like the defense fell off a cliff. SEMO had 294 yards rushing. And yes, it was almost all against the backups, I know. But, man, that's enough to where you're a little concerned. I am anyway. Just because, to me, it signals a complete lack of depth. You have one injury and the defense is just ruined. That's how I feel about it. Big picture. What are we looking at? What are we taking away from this game? One, so many guys got to play. That's a plus. You're having young guys who maybe got their first college action. So maybe they are getting the butterflies out. Someone like a Connor Tollison on the offensive line. He played in his first ever game. Kind of cool for him, being from Southeast Missouri, I believe Jackson. And his first game is against SEMO, right down the road from where he grew up. So that's kind of fun for him. Again, getting butterflies out, nervousness of playing in a college stadium in front of a college crowd, even though half of them are gone. You also have film that's not from a practice. That's useful. Game speed is different than practice speed. That's just a reality. And now these guys can get coached up based on gameplay. That's helpful. The team stayed healthy for the most part. You saw Connor Bazelak kind of shaking his throwing wrist as he was going through that rough stretch in the second quarter. Coach Drink called it an acting job, and to quote Drink, he's got to cut that crap out. So I don't think there's any reason to be concerned about Bazelak's health there. Darius Robinson got banged up. We'll have to wait and see what his status is. So that could be something to keep an eye on for the defensive line. Other than that, really the only takeaway is the lack of depth for the defense, and that is specifically with the front six. SEMO got a lot of their running yards on either options or kind of fakes that went to the outside. The fakes that go to the outside, that's on the defensive ends. They have to stay home until they are positive that the ball's not going outside. I don't like pointing guys out, but Chris Turner is particularly rough at contain. That's his primary job, is keep everything to the inside, turn it back, make them cut upfield where there's linebackers and other linemen, instead of letting them run around everybody else and then make the entire defense chase. That happened on a number of plays for SEMO. It happened against Kentucky on that very first Wandale Robinson run on the first drive for Kentucky. It was Chris Turner just diving down, losing contain. He has to improve on that. On the option, that is also defensive end and linebackers. They have to be better. They have to, know their responsibility. Get their man, make the quarterback pitch the ball, or, whatever the defense is calling for. Cover up because you want the quarterback to run, whatever. But they have to be better at that, because if SEMO can do it, anybody on the schedule can do it. And that's a problem. Now, all this said, it was against the reserves. The starters were dominant. So it's depth is the issue. So, we'll see going forward. Mizzou's 2-1 now. Road trip to Boston College coming up. Keep an eye out for that video. Dave and I will have that out in a couple of days here. Thanks for checking out this video. See you guys next time.